historic for the FES. This is the first of its kind within our working relationship with the TUC and the NDC. It is our wish that our engagement today leads to an improvement in the lives of workers and in building the Ghana that we all want. As a social democratic organization, it is our fervent hope that this relationship will be sustained for the advancement of our mutually shared ideals and values. Long live the TUC. Long live worker solidarity. Long live the NDC. Long live social democracy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Ebu. All right, our next one has to be the national chairman of the NDC, Brother Kasiebo. He's not here at the moment, so we will skip. And then the Secretary General, Dr. Yaban, you do the presentation of the Workers' Manifesto.
Oh boy! We gonna roll, we gonna roll, roll, we gonna roll. We gonna roll it over them. Roll the union. Yeah. I signaled the deputy to leave it at the short version. And I will hear somebody. I hope this mic is working. Okay, comrades. I'm going to use the next couple of minutes to give you some highlights of the Workers' Manifesto. This is all part of the launch. And then, after that, the chairman of TUC will join me, and then we will present the special copy to Comrade Mahama, and then we will give him the floor to share with us his vision. And then we are hoping that after that, we will do some interaction in the form of discussions, ideas, questions. So let me start. First, this is the first time that TUC, as the MC said, has decided to come up with our own manifesto. This is our vision for Ghana, and we are calling it Workers' Manifesto. We believe that we are talking on behalf of all workers of Ghana. And as a saying goes, the voice of the people is the voice of God. And we expect our political leaders to listen to the voice of God. So I have the privilege and the honor to present the highlights of the Workers' Manifesto to you, especially to the flag bearer of NDC, one of the greatest parties in our country today. The original plan was to show PowerPoint, but we wouldn't have that much time. So I'll just quickly touch on the key areas. Already, what I've mentioned is already a full plate, but we will now go on to share with you our vision for this country. The The manifesto is captured under 5 main areas. 5. Number 1 is social policy. And under that, we focus on human development, which is something we have neglected, for a long, long time. We want to bring attention back to human development as the core of our development. Then section number 2, economic policy. As you can imagine, we spend a lot of time discussing and debating the issues under economic policy. And I'll give you a taste of what we have for this country. Section 3 deals with the labor market. And when I get there, there are subheadings that we think we need to engage. Section 4, one important sector that we need to pay attention to. Section 4, energy and power. Because that must provide the raw material for development, especially industrial development, job creation, and so on. And then the 5th one, some of my comrades were thinking we should rather bring that first. It has to do with governance. But this has not been arranged in any particular order. Once it's in the manifesto, they are equally important. And then I'll conclude. So, you find in the introduction of the manifesto that the TUC envisions a society for Ghana where every citizen is recognized and every citizen has his or her rights respected by all, including by people in government. We want a society where collectively we live and work together. And I want to emphasize to work together in unity to create opportunities that allow each person to enjoy decent and fulfilling lives by contributing meaningfully to their own development as humans and also to the development of the country. As you can see, TUC, we are not only interested in the outcome of development, growth, and whatever they call it, but we are also interested in the process of development, because we believe that that is how individuals can fully express their potentials. So the Workers' Manifesto provides, as I said in the introductory remarks, it provides the basis for our engagement with political parties and governments, and of course also with civil society organizations, like-minded organizations who want to work with us. We hope that it can help shape and transform the political discourse away from the personality attacks and other trivialities. And then we can now focus on substantive issues instead of personality attacks. So this is our introduction. It's longer than this, but I'll cut it short. Now I move to section number 1. The first policy area in our manifesto is about social policy. And here we are focusing on human development. So I'll just highlight a number of key areas that we are ready to engage on. And I want to emphasize that the manifesto is not prescriptive. It is not giving, this is what the solution is. We don't have that. We believe that all of us must come together and discuss the future of this country. No one person has the solution. Our problems are so complex that the solution you prescribe today may be outdated tomorrow. So the dialogue must be constant. And here I want to really thank our comrades from Norway who have been supporting our work in social dialogue. And this is what we believe in. We believe in social partnership, we believe in social dialogue, and it must be constant. So I want to emphasize that we are not prescribing straightforward solutions to our problems. We don't have that. What we have is that we can engage. And this manifesto is the basis from our side for the engagement. So let me quickly go through a number of areas under human development that we want to have discussions or dialogue on. First, food security. We cannot believe that this country is food insecure. We have to eat well. I mean, that is the basic thing. At the end of the day, we will die. But whilst we are alive, we should eat well. Everybody, every Ghanaian must eat well. I mean, when you get up and you are moving, you know you are okay. But that is not the situation. I can't believe it. When I started reading about this food, nutrition, and so on, that Ghanaians cannot eat well. So all the rest, for me, is residual. The thing is food. Then affordable housing. You should sleep well. Even children, if they don't sleep well, they don't grow to the height that God gave them. It's true. Then sanitation. I was shocked that only 25% of Ghanaians have access to adequate sanitation. I don't want to say many things about sanitation. They are disgraceful. Then access to water. These four areas are so basic that I wonder why after 66 years of Ghana's independence, we are still talking about these kind of things. It means we have missed our way and we have to go back. Then I move on. The others. One is education and training. Those of you who have lived in economically advanced countries, you know that it's so peaceful when you live in countries where everybody has been well educated. Life is different. Therefore, education is key. Then access to affordable healthcare service. And here I want to emphasize mental health. We seem not to care about our brothers and sisters, our compatriots who are suffering from mental derangement. And I think we have to pay some attention there. Then we need to, and this one, we have no excuse, we have to avoid maternal and infant mobility and mortality. We have to eradicate malaria. Malaria has been here for too long. We have to improve safety on our roads. This year alone, I don't know how many thousands of people have died. Our roads are worse than war zones in some places. So you see the pastors and so on, that is their field of operation. Because you have to pray before you move. And then, comrade, we have to improve our national security. We know what is going on around us. And here we want to emphasize the role of the Ghana Police Service. In countries where they care about security, you have one police officer for maybe 200 people, or even less in some countries. Even in America of almost 360 million, there is one police officer to about 230 people or so. In Ghana, there's one police officer for 1,500 of us. How can one police officer take care of 1,500? That's why you see all the indiscipline everywhere. That small number, so they spend so much of their time on our city roads, checking trivial things. Then we need to focus on respect for our rights, especially rights of children, rights of women, and of course, rights of workers. Many of our comrades are not even allowed to form a trade union in their workplace. Recently, we dealt with a case, and I think we need to pay attention to that. One important area that I want to draw your attention to, Comrade Mahama, is social protection for the aged, for the sick, and for the handicapped. Eradication of child labor, and of course, eradication of poverty. This country is too rich to have so many poor people. And ultimately, under human development, we want a society where every individual lives a fulfilling life. Ghanaians deserve that, and they should get that. God has been kind to us. We have a beautiful country. We have all the resources that any country can get. And there is no reason why any Ghanaian should suffer poverty, especially the kind of poverty we see around us. You don't have to go very far from Accra. And right in the center of Accra, poverty stares at you like this. It is not right, and something must be done about it. This is what we are addressing under our social policy. And I said these are the highlights. So, comrades, I'll move to the second area. I told you we want to give a lot of time to our comrades to share with us. So I want to go through this very quickly. Second policy area, we have paid a lot of attention pursuing for the